Welcome back, everybody, here to the High Tech High School studio. We are just minutes away from tip-off. Very exciting times here. My name is Jose Calvin III. I'll be your host, and I'll also be joined by, again, Kanan Guilford and Kaden Garces Johannes, with our lovely producer behind the scenes, Jade Ortega, and our camera operator, Natalie Ortiz. Now, tonight, we've got a double header for the Hudson County girls semifinals. It's going to be an exciting game. The first one here tonight will be the number 2 seeded Eagles going up against the number 3 seeded Patriots in what will be, it doesn't get much better than this, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a rematch from last year's semifinals. They faced off against each other, and it was not an easy game. The Patriots clutched out a 3-point victory and a 42-39 victory, and they took them to the finals against the Bayonne Bees. It was very interesting. Now this year, the Eagles, talk about having a chip on their shoulder. They came out number 2 ranked, and on top of that, they had 3 round byes and destroyed. It was an impeccable win against the Lincoln Lions in a 68-33 blowout. But hey, the Patriots aren't far behind. On the other side of the bracket, they had an insane victory against St. Dom's with a 57-39 win. These are 2 dominant sides. Everything is stacked. The stage is set. Kaden, I'm going to turn to you now. We have a big game here tonight. How do you think this vengeful Eagles team will approach tonight's game against the Patriots?
Honestly, the Eagles have a lot of weapons on their hands. Very obvious eye on her is Jada Guerra. She is the team leader of the Eagles right now. She's been leading this team to victory time and time again. She's never been letting them down. She averages a whopping 17.8 points per game, which is insane when you think about a junior in this league. Seriously, she knows how to score the ball. She's a lights-out shooter from the perimeter. She has a shot on her, but don't get it twisted, though. She can score inside the paint. She's a giant slayer standing at 5'5". She's a guard. She can bring up the ball. She can do what she needs to do for the team. She can score the ball in tight situations. She's honestly a really great player. She's close to scoring her 1,000th point in her career. She's currently sitting at 937. Great. So hopefully we see her make her strides to that monumental achievement. On the other hand, we also have her dynamic duo, Alyssa Cuerto. She averages, 5.2 assists per game, and most of those obviously are going to Jada. That duo is lethal. They can really put some pressure on a team in some tight situations and get them to crumble. They have a great team around them. They've really built a dynasty around here. Ariana Madrid, she scores 6.7 per game, and she's a straight paint beast. A lot of her points come from the paint, and she also locks it down heavy. She's a great defender. She knows how to get her blocks. She knows how to get her steals. She's just great all around. Molly Brown, another player that's a big part of the team. She's a great team player. She's great on help defense and make sure her girls are never lacking. I think the Eagles are looking very good tonight. But let's just see how the Patriots fare against them, Kanan. Let's see.
What you got for me? How we feel about these Patriots?
I will say, technically, the Patriots do have a better record, right? We're 19-5.
And
Union City is 18-7. Right, coming into the game, technically, Union City is ranked higher because of the teams that they beat, awarding them more points. But if we're just looking at the numbers, Secaucus, they're up. They're up a couple wins on them. Last year, their matchup in the semifinals came out to 42-39, like you had said. And one thing about this team, they have a solid balance of upper and lower classmen. So not only do they have some people who are there last year who know what they're doing, but they also have a couple of fresh faces, including one of my favorites on this team, Olivia Buckingham, a freshman who scored 255 points this season with 53 threes on the season. An absolute bucket. In the freshman year, this is beautiful to see. Their star, however, is senior Alyssa Craigwell, which I found out has over 1,500 career points. That's very impressive. Without playing in the freshman, 8 points in the freshman year.
1,000 number mark has become a big one this season, as we've seen last night. We had Hudson Catholic here, Taha Pettiford. We'll see Hudson Catholic yet again later on tonight. But as well as, as you mentioned, the girl on the Eagles team.
Jada Guerra.
Exactly. Almost hitting 1,000 points. And now over here we got, what, you said 1,500?
Over 1,500 career points.
Oh, man.
Spectacular.
We got beautiful basketball being played here.
And even if Alyssa Craigwell is not on the top of her game tonight, their second scoring option, Maya Cruz, another senior, she has only 612 career points, but also didn't play the freshman year at all. She's completely ready to take over. They had a game a couple weeks back where Alyssa was a bit off her game, where she had 9 points. But Mia picked up the slack very well, 23 points that night, leading the team to a win.
John Ferraccio to the table, please.
And this is going to be a very interesting matchup, as you know, this will be the big matchup of the night. Everybody's interested in this one. Everybody's into this one. I mean, it doesn't get much better than rematches. I mean, these two teams, from what we saw last year, because I'll never forget that game. It was a very interesting game. It seems like there's a little bit of a rivalry history here.
A little bit of tension.
It looks like that. It looks like that because whoever wins last year, same thing that happened, goes into the finals. I feel like this is maybe the Hudson
Rich
Catholic
Hansen to the
and,
table, please.
St. Peter's Prep of girls basketball here in Hudson County.
Possibly.
Possibly something like that. Now, I want to get top 3 key players to look at real quick.
I got Jayla Orphis, she's a bucket. Alyssa Cuerto and Jada Guerrero. I mean, that's a trio that you can't beat.
What you got for me?
Again, I got Alyssa Craigwell. Honestly, last year, she led the game in points with 25 points and 5 threes. And she's not even a shooter like that. That's not her main thing. But last year, she had 5 threes against them. And led the game in rebounds as well with 10. Also have Mia Cruz, as well as my girl, Olivia Buckingham.
That's what we're talking about here. We got the Eagles, the Patriots, ready to send it down there. What we got for us, Manny?
Yo, mics are going live. Coming to you live from One High Tech Way here in Secaucus, New Jersey. This is the first presentation of today's Hudson County semifinal doubleheader presented by High Tech High School Sports Broadcasting. We have a rematch of last year's semifinal thriller between the Secaucus Patriots and the Union City Eagles. My name is Manuel Pereira. With me is Mark Molina and Caden Drumler. Union City comes in as the 2 seed. Secaucus is the 3 seed. Union City holds an 18-7 record. They lost last year's matchup. What are the keys to success for the Eagles, Mark?
I think their record's really deceiving this year. They had a big loss at the beginning of the year. Jada Guerrero missed a lot of time at the beginning of the year, and they missed a lot of games at the beginning of the year. And you could see the difference in the team from then to now. They lost a lot of games early, and it's just a different team in general. If you watch them play, their offense just runs way smoother. When you look at this Eagles offense, you want to get Orphis involved early. Everything runs through her. Yes, Jada scores. Yes, Molly's going to hit threes. Yes, all that comes, but you have to get Orphis involved early.
Secaucus comes in with a 19-5 record. They had an exceptional year last year. Caden, what does Secaucus need to do to win this matchup once again?
Absolutely, a good year so far. You talked about this being a matchup, but Secaucus this year, they've got 2 new players that they are going to need to use tonight, and I think that is the key. If their 2 freshmen can show up, I believe they have a real shot. Ava Diadetta and Olivia Buckingham, the 2 freshmen, and they are the 2 highest 3-point shooters on this team. Mia Cruz, she's going to be running the point. If she has the option of getting them involved and they can produce, they're going to have a fair shot at this basketball game.
Yes, Mia Cruz has filled in exceptionally well for Daniela Pachetti, who was the senior point guard last year. Look for a lot of high-flying shots from the Patriots and Union City, something that Mark didn't mention. They are so great at drawing charges, very disciplined on the defensive side. 2 different styles, but still exceptional basketball coming our way. In about 40 seconds, we will have the national anthem and the introduction of the players, so stay tuned for that.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Secaucus, New Jersey and High Tech High School for tonight's Hudson County Tournament semifinal. It's been chalk thus far. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first, please rise, face the flag in front of the Secaucus bench for the playing of our national anthem. Tonight, a matchup of the 3 seed, the Patriots of Secaucus High School of the NJIC, champions of that league, and the 2nd seed, won this tournament recently, the Union City Soaring Eagles, 11-1 in the league and 18-7 overall. Let's meet the starters first for the Patriots. At the guards, number 12, Ava Diadetta, and number 14, Olivia Buckingham. At center, wearing 21, Alyssa Craigwell. And at the forwards, number 23, Mia Cruz. And number 31, Katie Schneider. For Secaucus, the assistant coaches are Jill Marino, Mike DeSimone, and Jay Mahoney, the longtime Pagoda boys coach. For veteran head coach, his 17th year at Secaucus, 30th overall. He spent 13 years at Pagoda, John Sterling. And here are the starters for Union City Regional High School. At the forwards, number 13, Jalen Orifice, and number 12, Zoe Mays. At center, wearing 15, Ariana Madrid. And at the guards, number 1, Jada Guerrero, and number 10, Alyssa Cueto. For Secaucus, the assistant coaches are Asura Guzman, Sylvester Wright, Shirley Ranger, and Navid Khwaja. The head coach, in his 7th year, he's the former Secaucus boys coach, Carlos Cueto, the one-time St. Anthony Friar. Keeping the book for Secaucus, senior Nicole Marin. Keeping the official book, representing Union City, Esther Victoria, a senior. The officials on the floor, as assigned by the HCIL, are Ken Teschlag, Bill Moylan, and she'll be in the center circle in just a moment, Jackie Cruz. In keeping with league and NJSIA sportsmanship policy,
you have a little bit of
root
an
for the team
inside
of your
source, or a
choice,
few inside
but do
sources
so
on the Union City
respectfully.
side. What does Coach Cueto, do for them, and why is he so vital to this team's success?
I think he prepares them. If you look at their practices, they practice and it just shows on the court. When watching this team, you'll see them take 100 charges a game, and you see it in practice. What do they practice? They practice taking charges. They practice moving their feet. They'll practice. They're one of the most well-rounded teams, and you see them just execute this all day in practice.
Sterling, maybe a little bit of a different style head coach in the sense of how he speaks to his girls. Caden, how big is he for his squad?
Yeah, I took note of that first last year when we were here against Bayonne in the finals. He really, you know, he stays calm, he stays poised, and his players really respect him for that, and I think he gets through to them better because of that.
And his players feed off of that. You see Secaucus, they kind of don't phase same type of emotional vibe throughout the game. And Union City is very high flying. They're not afraid to show emotion, kind of like their coach. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And we are underway as Secaucus wins the tip. Pressure early from Union City on the defensive side of the ball. Mia Cruz easily gets to the rack. Mia Cruz gets the Patriots on the bucket for the first time today. Cueto surveys the floor. Aguero. Orifice. Back to Cueto.
Great defense from Secaucus right now, leaving no holes.
Yeah, very tremendous the way they're moving, getting to each side. As Orifice puts up a floater, gets fouled. Orifice will go to line and try to get the Eagles on the board.
This is something that Orifice is really effective at. She knows how to get to the line. She knows how to get herself involved early at the free throw line.
First one is short.
And that was Diadetta on the foul, one of the freshmen we just talked about. I really hope they can keep the nerves down. This is their first tournament, and I really don't want to see them getting into foul trouble early.
Second one is good. Yeah, they're a young team, and a reason for these two freshmen that have been starting all year. Gabriela Torrio, the junior, tore her ACL during her soccer season, and that's been a huge loss for this Patriots team. She's a 2-year starter. As Buckingham puts up an extremely tough floater, goes off the glass and in.
Yeah, as you talked, it's definitely been a sort of, you know, next girl up attitude for the Secaucus Patriots. And, you know, they've said they've done a phenomenal job of welcoming these new players in. I talked to Olivia Buckingham before the game, and she said she feels 100% confident at this game because of her teammates, specifically mentioning Mia Cruz and how she was kind of taken under her wing.
Very great veteran leadership. Had it last year, too. Have not skipped a beat. Orifice, bad shot there. So Secaucus has possession once again. Union City not shying away from the pressure on the defensive side of the ball, but it's just creating easy layups. Alyssa Craigwell gets on the board for the first time tonight.
Yep, all three of those buckets just kind of them been taking it straight to the rim. Only really some solid defense on that second one. Forced a really tough shot.
Might see Union City adjust on the defensive side. Although when they do press, that's where they like to draw their charges. But Secaucus has been very disciplined in getting to the rack. Nice pass to Orifice down low. She gets fouled once again.
Orifice needs to make that one easy look at the rim. Gets fouled, but she needs to convert that one.
Certainly an N1 chance right there.
Yeah, Orifice, perhaps one of the biggest superstars, definitely one of the biggest superstars in all of Hudson County. Makes the first one.
Orifice recently announced that she's committed to Caldwell University. So she will be taking her talents here after this upcoming year.
Right now, she's worried about getting her Lady Eagles to the Hudson County Championship game. And she makes both shots at the line. Secaucus getting through this press with ease. All game so far. Craigwell gets doubled over to Diadetta. Buckingham. Nice move on the behind the back. Travels. Sterling wanted a foul there. No cigar.
It's one of the few times we see him get a little hot-headed.
And he still smiles while he's complaining, which is the funny part.
Yeah, shout out to him. He bought us Twizzlers before the game and some chocolate. Great guy.
Three-pointer. No good. That was Turnover, Patriots. That was Molly Brown on the miss earlier for the Eagles. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Secaucus Patriots still up, only one possession though. Look to see Jada Guerra maybe get involved. She had to take a shot all night. Neither has Alyssa Cueto, who holds the ball right now, guarded by the freshman Buckingham. Brown for three. No good. Her second three-point attempt of the night. Cregwell in transition. Tough. Nope, finish. Got a little ahead of myself there. That was a miss, and Union City pushes the ball up the court. Guerra open three. Good. Jada Guerra. Ball takes a friendly bounce at the rim, and that'll be a tie game.
Great shot there by Jada Guerra. If Union City could get her involved, that would be great for their chances to win this one.
Foul on Guerra. Secaucus has yet to take a dribble in this possession. Cruz. Buckingham for three with the hand in her face, no good. Schneider over to Cruz. By the looks of this one so far, it seems like it's the game that was promised. Diodata travels. Easy call there for the officials. Sterling telling her to not be afraid to let it fly.
I really like this first 5 minutes here from Secaucus. Union City, probably the better team on paper. They're ranked 18th in NJ.com's top 20, and I feel like if anyone could have lost this game in the first couple minutes, it was Secaucus.
Guerra, what a finish! Slays the Giant. Finds the bottom of the basket.
Jada Guerra showing why she's one of the best in the state of New Jersey. Great finish by the Puerto Rican national star.
Cregwell splits the defense. Blocking foul on Madrid. Cruz passes it up across the floor. Fortunate there for Secaucus to retain possession. That was close. Diodata for three, no good. Cueto pushes the ball up the court, finds Guerra for an open look from three, bottoms.
Jada Guerra making a big difference here. We saw Orifice early, and Jada Guerra really taken over late in this first quarter. We've seen Union City's star power early here. Let's see what Secaucus could do to answer. They need, this momentum is shifting heavily.
Three for Buckingham from deep. Guerra, no good. Her first miss of the day. Very, very high-paced game from both sides, and that'll be a foul. This time on Cueto. Diodata inbounds it to Mia Cruz. Look for Alyssa Cregwell to maybe get involved offensively. She was a big part of this Secaucus offense last time these teams played, which was last year.
Yeah, I expect that too. The two freshmen haven't been too hot in their shooting lately, and Cregwell's average, like you said, she's averaging around 20 a game here. She will get involved at one point or another.
She also knows how to crash the glass. Averages about 9 rebounds a game, and another travel for the Patriots. These turnovers, she can't afford them against such a great Union City team. Cueto.
And this just feels like the opposite of what we saw last year. We saw last year Secaucus come out to an early lead, and it's really feel like Union City has control right now as the first is coming to an end.
Feels like it, but only a 5-point game. Eagles have an opportunity to make this a 3-possession game. Time winding down in the first quarter, about 40 seconds to go. Guerra to Orifice. Schneider almost forces a turnover. Diodata on Guerra. Guerra splits the defense and gets fouled on their way to the basket. Foul was on Mia Cruz. Foul was on the floor, not on the jump shot, or on the layup, excuse me. No attempt. Orifice puts up a tough shot, no good. Cregwell gets the rebound. She pushes the floor again. And she loses control. End of the first quarter. Lady Eagles up 11-6. Mark, what was the key for the Eagles to just completely turn that first quarter around? They started very slow and now have gotten up and seem to have the momentum. What happened for the Eagles there?
One star player, her name is Jada Guerra, really just put the Eagles on her back in that first quarter, hit big threes, made the big shots, and you just see like the momentum shifted. It was all Secaucus early in the first, and all of a sudden we come out of the first and Union City's up 5. That's what a player like Jada Guerra can do for you.
Caden, what does Secaucus need to do to get this momentum back?
I think they got to pick it up a little bit offensively. We saw them score some pretty easy buckets with Union City not being the greatest defensively in the paint. I'd like to see if they're going to make any subs coming into this second quarter, if they're going to try to put more offensive power out.
Let's see. I mean, they have offensive power up and down this roster. They just need these freshmen to start hitting shots.
And something to see, we saw Cueto come out with a little bit of a smaller lineup, taking out Mays, putting in Brown, more of a shooter, more of an athletic lineup, and it's paid off for him. They looked a little sluggish with Mays on the court. Well, so it's something to see if he goes back to that same lineup, which it's looking like he does.
He indeed did. So Union City starts with Molly Brown in for Zoe Mays, who originally started. Other than that, same lineup as your starters. Alyssa Cueto running the point. Finds Guerra, who drops the pass that looked to be a setup for an open three. Molly Brown on the pump fake gets Cregwell to bite, but she misses the floater. And what a behind the back by Buckingham, but Jada Guerra gets in the passing lane. And she puts up a tough finish. Jada Guerra on both sides of the ball. Cruz finds Diodata to Cregwell. And Cregwell gets called for a travel there.
Sterling again pushing Diodata to shoot the ball. He wants those shots up from his freshman, and I can assume he believes that once one falls, they're going to start coming one after another.
Yeah, so far in this first half, as a freshman, it's very natural to have some jitters, be a little shaken up by the moment. But once she starts letting them fly, she's very hard to stop. But Guerra is also hard to stop, but she loses the ball. Ball will stay on Union City's side.
I think that's something we're seeing here. Union City, back-to-back state champions, everybody on their roster that's playing right now has been in big games, and we're seeing it a little with 2 freshmen starting for Secaucus. Maybe a little jitters, like you said, Manny.
Guerra for 3. No good. Missed right. But Brown collects the rebound off the tip from Orifice. Cueto at the wing, guarded tightly by Mia Cruz. Very tight defense from Secaucus in this possession. Brown to Orifice. Orifice for 3. No good. Cregwell collects the rebound, paces herself up the floor. Ball was tipped. We'll stay on Secaucus side. Cruz up the court, finds Diadette in the corner. She lets it fly, no good. Cueto. Guerra hesitates, gives it over to Molly Brown for an open look, no good.
And shooter Molly Brown has struggled early in this one. Open looks after open looks that aren't falling for her.
And a much needed bucket for Secaucus, as they took about 2.5 minutes into this second quarter to score.
Yeah.
Also struggled at the end of the first.
Great pass from Cruz there. Hopefully that'll build up her confidence and get the rest of this team rolling.
Cruz has been tightly guarded the entire game. Guerra gets fouled. Secaucus wanted to travel there. Another foul on Mia Cruz.
Her second. Team's first.
First free throw. Counts. For Guerra. 6-point game. Guerra looking to make it a 7-point game.
As we see Cueto subbing in Zoe Mays again, going with it, and now they're keeping in Brown and Mays, switching up the lineups.
Bigger lineup for Union City. Cruz has 2 fouls. It's early in the game, but she stays in. Cregwell over to Buckingham, and Buckingham gets a bucket. Another floater for Olivia Buckingham, the freshman.
Olivia Buckingham. Patriots trail
6-point game.
15.
Orifice, nice move on the spin. So it's a 7-point game now. Mia Cruz over to Diadetta. Cregwell has yet to make a jump shot in this game, something that we know she can do at any time. Nice move, splits the defense and puts up a floater. If she gets involved, it's going to be very, very scary sight for the Lady Eagles.
Yep, good job cutting that lead down to 6 there. If I'm Secaucus, I don't want to go into this half with anything more than an 8-point deficit. I think that'd be extremely dangerous and extremely damaging.
It's something we said yesterday when we were at Prep Memorial. When against these star-studded teams, you don't want to be down early, because at any moment in this game, they could go on a run and make this a lead you can't come back from.
Orifice, another layup for her. 7-point game. We know both teams are capable of getting off to crazy runs on the offensive side of the ball. Secaucus trying to get the ball to Cregwell thus far in this second quarter. What do you expect to see from her for the rest of this half?
Look, I expect her to get a little bit more involved, especially from a little bit deeper. Not from necessarily from the three-point line. She only has 25 of those on the season, but I'd like to see more mid-range shots falling.
And then Orifice has been doing it. Jada Guerra has been doing it. They just keep getting everyone involved. Alyssa Cueto, who's averaging 5, 5, and 5, also about 2 steals a game, has been a little quiet on the offensive side of the ball. Do you expect her to get more involved as this half goes on, comes to a close, and the entire game goes on?
Yeah, you know, I think this is a great team, a great roster, and they're going to do what they do. 7-point lead so far. I expect them to protect that. I think that's their goal, to protect that and expand if they can.
Both teams coming out of the timeout.
Look for Secaucus here to draw us up something. They need a bucket here to get back in this one.
Cruz. Nice pass for Craigwell. She puts up a mid-range. No good. Secaucus ball. Cruz immediately gets met by 2 defenders. Sterling asking for a timeout. Does not get it. Very, very bad break for the Patriots. Ball stays in Secaucus though. 3 minutes left in the half, 7-point game. Buckingham goes right. Craigwell in the corner, puts up a 3, no good, nothing but air.
Not a shot you want to listen to Craigwell taking. That's a very, very, very low percentage shot in the corner, heavily contested, as we saw her with the air ball there.
Guerra, corner to Brown. Yet to make a 3-pointer in this game, but if she gets hot, she's hard to stop. Brown, Orifice. Goes left, hits Brown in the corner. She takes the screen from Orifice, puts up a layup, no good, short. Molly Brown is 0 for 5 in this game thus far. Craigwell cannot hold on to that pass. Sails over her head. Turnover for the Patriots.
And that's something that can't become an issue, and it hasn't been so far. That's one of their first turnovers of the night. They've had a couple, they've been called on the travel a couple times, but as long as that's kept to a minimum, I think they'll be okay.
Orifice on the post spins, no good. Craigwell takes her time, dumps it off to Buckingham. She puts a 3, good. Nothing but net. Olivia Buckingham puts up $3
And
for
just
the Patriots on the board.
And just like that, we see Secaucus right back in it.
4-point game, but bigger than that potentially. Buckingham has her first 3-pointer of the night, and I doubt it, and I believe everybody in this building doubts that it's going to stop there.
Brown trying to get her first bucket of the night, and she does not. Molly Brown really struggling tonight, uncharacteristic of her to be struggling so mightily on the offensive side.
Questionable move there by Cueto, taking out Brown right after a really bad miss like that. Really lowers the confidence in the shooter that you might need.
Buckingham has not lowered her confidence at all. She took a very deep 3. Sterling okay with that shot, though. She's one of the best shooters in the entire county. About a minute to go here in this first half. 2-possession game. Union City maintains up, and Alyssa Cueto, good off the glass.
not the biggest scorer for this Union City team because she really does everything else for them, but that's a really big bucket for the Eagles.
Secaucus, another horrible turnover. They're not afraid to take those risky passes across the court, but it could bite them in the wrong direction at times, and we're seeing it lately. Clock winding down. About 36 seconds to go.
See if
Union City taking their time.
might be trying to get the last shot off here.
Seem to be right, Caden. About 15 seconds to go. Union City not rushing to a shot. And Guerra just loses the ball. But it was tipped by Buckingham. 9 seconds left. Union City will inbound. And try to extend their lead going into the half.
Secaucus may be putting a more defensive look out there.
Where a nice dish to Orifice. Easy layup. Clock is winding. About 2 seconds to go, and it will just end. First half has come to a close. The Lady Eagles, 23. Patriots, 15. Caden, you said during the timeout, the lead has to be contained to at most 8 points if you're Secaucus. It's an 8-point game.
It is an 8-point game.
What's
so
your confidence level for the Patriots?
I think they're still in it, and I have trust that John Sterling is going to draw up a scheme at halftime that's going to allow them to play more offensive basketball and get some more points up on the board.
I think that wasn't the worst half as everyone think it is for Secaucus. They didn't do that good offensively, but they're very star-powered. They could get right back in at any moment. Craigwell hits a three. Buckingham hits a three. I think they just can't let this get out of hand. Like we said earlier, the Eagles are very, very star-powered with Guerra, Orifice, arguably the two best players in the county. So I think they need to get back in this one ASAP.
They've done a good job of smothering Mia Cruz. Diadera has had a lot of open looks. We've seen Sterling being on top of her in the sense that he wants her to shoot. I expect her to have a big second half. Now let's shift over to Union City. Alyssa Cueto has been kind of quiet offensively, and maybe on both sides. We usually see her grab about 2 steals per game. What do we expect to see from maybe her offensively, defensively, and Orifice, who has just been putting up layups, but we know she can shoot it. Union City has kind of struggled from 3. Do you expect them to keep the same game plan? Do you think that can lead to a win?
I think we saw something in the first half. Molly Brown struggled immensely from 3. Not characteristic from her. Probably the best shooter outside of Guerra on the team. Big sparks come from her at all times. I think look for her to get more involved. Look for Guerra to get more involved from beyond the arc. Orifice. I think Union City didn't have the best half offensively, and they're still up 8. That's something really dangerous.
They've done a good job of moving the ball, though. They set up very easy buckets. If I'm Secaucus, I don't want them to get in their sets. I want to keep them rushed at all times on both sides of the ball. And also, I want Mia Cruz to get more involved offensively. Do you expect her to put up more points in the second half?
Absolutely. You know, I think part of this is the nerves, Cruz and the 2 freshmen. I really think that these 2 freshmen, Diadera and Buckingham are going to come out of this half hotter. I think Sterling is going to have a talk with them. I think the nerves are going to get settled during this 10-minute break. This is their first time here. This is their first time playing in the HCIAL County Tournament, and I think that they are going to come out of this half shooting.
That'll do it for us. We will send it upstairs to Jose and the crew. We'll be back with the second half of this presentation. Secaucus 15, Union City 23. Take it away, boys.
Exactly.
Ron? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the High Tech Halftime Show. It is, I'm back here along Kanan. We got Caden, Natalie, and Jade, and I mean, it is exactly what we thought it would be. It lived up to the hype. The first half was amazing. I mean, it almost got out of control there for the Patriots. I mean, they had a 6-1 start. We thought that, the Eagles were in trouble for a second. But with 6:20 remaining, all the way to the second quarter, the Eagles took a 6-13 lead. They went on a 12-0 run until the Patriots scored a point with 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the second. I mean, going scoreless for 8:45 is not a recipe for victory.
Not at all.
It is
It's not pretty.
Union City picked it up. They had a bad start. They picked it up. Secaucus, they looked stagnant, but then they started to pick it up towards the end of the second quarter. How do we feel?
Looking at these two teams, we see a lot of girls on both squads looking a little bit out of their game. One key player, Zoe Mays, she was subbed out in the middle of the first quarter. She looked a little bit sluggish on the court, so they switched her out for Molly Brown, which has been putting on a better performance, but also she looks like she's off of her game. Usually she's drilling the threes that she's getting, but right now they're just not hitting. So maybe we could see some girls start to pick up the pace. And when we see that, I think the score might change drastically. Momentum swaying back and forth. You never know who's going to win this one. So let's just keep watching and see.
As you can see on screen, it is 23-15. It is an Eagles game all around. Kanan, how can the Patriots get in this one?
Honestly, the score is not out of reach. It's 8 points. That's a couple good possessions, a couple good defensive possessions. Honestly, if we could start scoring in transition better, we could get the rebound down and just throw it up court. I think we can get a couple quick layups, tie the game, and get back in this competition.
I mean, just from my perspective, the Eagles, they just looked loose. They looked easy. It looked very easy for them to work in transition. I mean, whoever's coaching there, it's props to that staff because these girls look very well prepared. These are the exact numbers. We have 11 points for the Eagles in the first quarter. Meanwhile, the Patriots scored 6. The second quarter was way more competitive. The Eagles scored 12. They came out on top. But the Patriots scored 9, which is a little bit, you always want to match the same amount that you scored in the first. Predictions, do you think the Patriots turn this one around?
It's hard. I mean, I can't say for sure. Both teams are looking, solid. The competition's looking tight, and honestly, I can't give a prediction on this one. 50-50.
50-50?
50-50.
Honestly, I can see the Patriots swinging around after the halftime break, coming right back out of the gate swinging. They did so in the first quarter. They had a 6-1 lead early on in the first quarter. I think they can do something like that again. If they can get the lead and hopefully coast from there.
Like my folks in the city say, you see, you know. I'm trying to see Union City come out on top. It would be wonderful to get the championship coming home. But at the same time, these Patriots, I mean, they went to the finals last year against the Bayonne Bees. They came up short, but it was a tight game. Only lost by 7. So I'm sure they're going to want to be in there again. It's going to be a physical, it's going to be a tough and competitive game. Key players to look at in the second half for the Patriots. What are we thinking?
Honestly, Jada has been putting on her performance today. I mean, she's drilling threes from range. She's getting in there. She's getting grimy. She's getting fouls and converting those points at the free throw line. So she's looking like an all-star in this game. And let's just see how far she runs up that score.
All right, and I say for the Patriots, I'm looking to Alyssa. She needs to lead this team. She has the ability to do it. She has everything she needs. It's just about stepping up today.
All in all, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, last year it came down to the wire, 3 points. I mean, do we see overtime? I'm very excited. It's only 8 points. It's anything could get drastic in games like this because this is when a championship, this is when a hero is made. This is when the hero is made. 1,500 points. In one season, that's incredible.
No. 1,500 career points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One season. That's what I mean. But I mean, overall 4 year. Wait, no, you said she's a junior, right? Senior. All right.
Senior. Barely played freshman year. 8 points.
Yeah, so practically, 3 years. Yeah, I mean, and then. Almost reaching 1,000 points. How many is she away?
She's at 937 right now.
937.
So she may hit it by the end of the season.
Hey, you never know. You never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. I mean, how many games are left on the season? Probably just these next 2, and they also have, nationals?
if they go on to nationals.
That could be insane. That could be
Yeah.
insane. Union City in the Nationals. I mean, man, who would have loved to see a little Cinderella story? Little old Union City, my people, they know what's up with it. But you know, it's gonna be an interesting next few minutes here. Secaucus, they've been here before.
Yeah.
And even in adversity, they turned it around last year, and they could do it again. And they wanna be there in the championship again. We got a little game preview coming up in a few. We got the Bayonne Bees going up against a very strong and new Hudson Catholic team. I mean, we didn't see Hudson Catholic on this stage last year, you know, where they're usually known for Mr. Taha Pettiford and the Hawks and the boys Hawks. But this year, the girls team has really become a transcendent opponent. How do we feel about that looking like? We'll save most of that for the pre-show, of course. But what are we thinking?
Honestly, I think Hudson Catholic might surprise some of us today. I think we might see a valiant fight. You know, you never know what to expect from these games. So I think we should keep an eye out for Hudson Catholic and see how they perform today on this court.
A little something?
Overall, I'm excited for that game, man. I'm just glad to see great basketball. No matter what, all four of these teams are, you know, the cream of the crop. This is the semifinals after all. It's great to see great teams play. And I'm excited for the next game. That's pretty much it.
Greatness indeed. We're going to find out what these girls are made up in the second half. What you got for us downstairs? Let's take it away, courtside.
Second half is coming up just in about 1 minute. Union City up 8, and we've had Siegfried on the sidelines. He's been looking at the timeout, listening, eavesdropping, I guess might be the word.
We got our little spy.
Siegfried, what do you have for us on both sides?
Okay, so Secaucus is talking about getting back on defense and staying on the baseline to stop number 21 from scoring inside the paint. It's become a problem with them recently, and now they need to stop them from doing that or they will lose the game. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Siegfried. 25 seconds in this second half will be underway. What do you think Union City will look to do early?
I think they're going to try to go back right where they left off. Jada Guerra, she's hot. I think it's at this point, everyone in the building, just feed the hot hand. Give her the ball, get out the way, and let her cook.
I agree with that. Caden, Secaucus, what do you think they're going to do early?
I think they're going to give the freshmen the ball. I think they're going to try at least for a little bit to see if they can get a spark out of the two of them, because if they have those two sharpshooters on the edges, it's going to be a nice offensive time for them.
Something that we talked about during the break. Gabriela Torillo, she would likely be in for Diadetta, and the mistakes that she made in the first half, we know Torillo, based off what we saw last year, she is not afraid to let it fly. She is a veteran. She's not in. So Diadetta has to step up for the Patriots here to make this a close game. Players coming back out on the floor.
And the Secaucus coaches are telling her, emphasizing it, even out of the break right here, shoot the ball.
Let's see how they come out, but first, Union City will have the ball on the offensive side. Jada going left, gets a turnover. Craigwell pushing the floor. Easy with the left hand. Alyssa Craigwell.
Similar start to what we saw in the first half. Secaucus is just getting the ball and going straight to the paint.
Six-point game. Guerra for three. Bottoms. 9-point game.
And as expected, as stated at a halftime show, Jada Guerra right back to it. Money from three.
Craigwell. No good. Madrid took a hard fall there, but she's back up. Guerra finds Orphis. Orphis lets it fly. No good. Cruz pushes the ball, gets past Guerra. Crafty finish at the rim, Mia Cruz.
Great finish there by Cruz. You see the Eagles maybe too much, looking for these charges, setting their feet, but Mia Cruz gets right around the defender with the nifty finish there.
Yeah, they really wanted one last time. Haven't drawn a charge yet so far.
Something we talked about pregame. Union City, how they love to draw charges. And they also like to shoot threes.
Jada Guerra can't miss. Money from three. She's taken over. She's will not be denied from behind the arc.
Makes it a 10-point game. Forces a timeout. Or Secaucus. About 6 minutes to go, and Jada's just come out hot. 6 points in less than 2 minutes.
Yep, we saw the offensive effort from Secaucus that we wanted. Not necessarily what I said we might see, which was the three-pointers from the freshmen, but we see charging the paint just like that first half. I mean, they weren't even playing horrible defense on those threes, but Guerra just is letting it fly, and they're falling.
Yeah, and you said they're getting to the rack, but threes are greater than twos, and that's why the Eagles are now up 10. Orifice came out, shot a three. Jada has shot two. Do you think Union City stays with this game plan, just letting it fly behind the arc?
If Guerra's not missing, why stop? I think it's, like we said, give the ball to the high hand. She hasn't missed.
Well, she hasn't missed in this second half, that's for sure. Secaucus will start this half with the basketball.
And something to note, Jada Guerra that had a rough game last year, struggled a lot, had a low 11 points. She struggled, and this year will not be denied. Maybe it's personal to her because she knows she got a rough game last year. Let's see.
Cruz finds the dead in the corner. She gives it over to Buckingham. Buckingham to Cruz. Buckingham shoots a three. Good! Olivia Buckingham showing off the range. Cueto down to Orifice. She's doubled in the paint. Mays gives it to Madrid. Madrid over to Guerra. Nice between the legs there. Dumps it off to Cueto, but not a great pass. Good hustle play from Alyssa Cueto there to keep the ball in bounds.
Questionable look here, keeping Zoe Mays on the perimeter. Secaucus not paying any attention to her.
She stands by herself. Nice pass. Alyssa Cueto leads to an easy finish for Ariana Madrid.
That's the Alyssa Cueto we all know. Getting everybody involved. True point guard Union City has in Alyssa Cueto.
Mia Cruz shoots a three, no good. Craigwell on the last touch. It will be Union City ball. 9-point game. Cueto. Schneider gets her hands on the ball, but Orifice maintains the possession. Guerra splits the defense again. Almost gets it to go, but fails. And Craigwell trips, loses the ball. Cruz gets it right back, and she fights for it. Jump ball. White ball. Ball stays with the Patriots. Cruz. Buckingham to Schneider, I believe. Buckingham for three. Good! Nothing but net, Olivia Buckingham.
Finally starting to see a groove from her. That's 2 in a row.
Cueto gets foul, blocking foul.
Olivia Buckingham has answered back with the 2 Jada Guerra big threes, and she has 2 for herself to try to crawl back in this one.
Easy feed. Ariana Madrid just all alone. Secaucus fell apart defensively there on the inbound. Buckingham. Cruz finds the ball. Finds Schneider in the corner. Open. Craigwell over a smaller defender. No good. Cueto surveys the floor.
Just heard John Sterling say from the sideline, we got to attack the basket.
And Orifice kicked it out to Jada. Jada kicks it back out to Orifice in the corner. Good. Jalen Orifice. (36-25) is your score. Cruz down to Craigwell. Craigwell takes it from behind the free throw line. It is no good. She's just been off today with her jump shot. Played over to Molly Brown. Brown looking to get her first bucket of the night. She does not, but she will go to the free throw line. Molly Brown looking to make 2 shots at the charity stripe.
And it just feels like every time we feel like the Patriots are going to get back in this one, Union City makes another shot. If it's not Orifice, it's Guerra.
First free throw is good.
Julian Pozo returns, replacing
12-point game. Second free throw is good. Molly Brown gets her first 2 points of the night. She has struggled. Perhaps those 2 free throws might spike her confidence a bit. And if she gets hot from behind the arc, it might put the Patriots away.
Man, what was once a 6-point deficit has now reached 13.
Buckingham has something to say about it, though.
She's letting it fly. The only source of offense here for the Patriots.
So exceptional from behind the arc. So is Jada Guerra, though. But that one does not fall for her. First up Euro on the pass there to the ref. Just a natural. Jada dumps it off to Madrid. Easy pass. Madrid she's been open. Feels like she's been wide open in the paint a few times in this game. You can't have that if you're the Patriots.
Cueto cooking up a couple plays here, off-ball screens, just getting his players involved. Wide open look there for Madrid.
Very, very frustrated looks on the faces of the Patriot girls.
And something to note here, all these open shots in the paint, Alyssa Cueto has been absent on defense all game, it feels like.
And on the glass as well. She usually averages about 9 rebounds per game. Struggled a little bit. Union City getting their hands on the ball. Like every time down low, even when Craigwell has the box out.
And not just on those rebounds, she's averaging close to 3 steals, and haven't seen that from her at all today either.
Orifice got fouled on her way to the bucket. So she will shoot 2 free throws.
her third, 3 on Theodeta, 3 on Patriots.
Jalen's first free throw is good. She's been muddy from the line tonight.
Schneider returns, replacing Pozo.
Jalen Orifice. Second free throw here, trying to put the Eagles up 14 with a minute to go in this third quarter, and she does.
Orifice 2 free throws.
Every time Union City starts to slip away, it seems like Buckingham has a 3 to counter with.
Sterling calls the timeout in time. Union City Did not get the jump ball that they were hoping for. 52 seconds to go. Union City started this half up 8. They are now up 14. We've seen Olivia Buckingham just going off from 3. But everyone else has been slow. What does Secaucus need to do, and why have they been struggling so mightily from the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest reason for that is Craigwell's absence, on both sides of the ball. She's only have 8 points so far this game, and we were expecting a 20 bomb. That's what she's been doing the whole season, and it just has not come so far tonight.
To begin with, they need to slow down Union City's offense. They haven't been terrible. Buckingham has been draining them. They just can't stop the Eagles on defense.
Yeah, there's been a few misassignments, especially down low. You'd have to assume either Craigwell or Schneider is responsible for that, because you just can't have Ariana Madrid. It feels like maybe 3 times in this game has just been wide open down low, taking the most easiest layups you can find on a basketball court. Diodetta will inbound the ball. Mia Cruz over to Buckingham. Buckingham back to Cruz. Cruz goes left. It's met by Madrid. Blocking foul. We thought we were going to see the first charge of the game for these Lady Eagles. The attempt is to no effect. Cruz in the corner, gives it over to Craigwell. Craigwell puts up a tough mid-range shot over 3 defenders. It's good. Patriots trying to make this a single-digit deficit before.
Look for the Eagles to take the last bucket here.
They don't. Jada Guerra fakes the pass, goes up with the left hand. Way too easy for her. Cruz puts up a half-court shot, way off.
Watch out.
What a move by Jada Guerra.
Sending Alyssa Cueto in shambles in the corner.
Sterling is livid on the Patriots bench.
Jada,
2-3, it is a 14-point game. Jada Guerra, man, she is balling.
Jada Guerra stares down the opponent and Alyssa Craigwell right after that bucket, knowing she got her on that one.
Yeah, she was exceptional in that quarter. Started off with 2 threes, just getting her teammates involved with Alyssa Cueto as well. And then that finish at the end. Great job from Jada Guerra, who you mentioned it earlier. Last year, she struggled mightily. It was a huge reason why this Union City team fell short against the Patriots. This year is just the complete opposite. Also the opposite in the sense that Alyssa Craigwell has just been struggling so mightily. Kaden, you've been on that all day. Both sides of the ball. She needs to wake up if Secaucus wants any chance at winning this game.
Yep, in this third quarter, we finally saw Buckingham settle in. 3 3-pointers, 9 points, dropped this half, but it seems like she's the only one that stepped up in these last 8 minutes. And, it can't just be her. They have to have more.
You have 2 seniors in Mia Cruz and Alyssa Craigwell. We will be objective here and say that you need your senior leaders to step up. Because as you said, and as we've been saying, especially during the third quarter, Olivia Buckingham has been the only one to step up for the Patriots, and she is a freshman.
Absolutely. It truly is now or never for Secaucus.
And they need to get hot early. They get a chance because they start with the ball.
And a little bit of confusion now. Union City claiming it should be their ball, but their appeals are to no avail.
They seem to have resolved the miscommunication. We were here. I'm pretty sure Secaucus called the timeout.
Yeah, but he was saying before that they had
They got jump ball was never called. Schneider. Data for three, no good.
And that's a rebound Craigwell's got to get. Hit her in the hands.
Instead, the Eagles hold possession of the basketball. Brown thought about a three, instead dumps it off to Madrid, who steps out, or travels actually. Lost her footing while receiving the pass, leads to a turnover. And the Patriots will have possession here. No one has yet to score in this quarter.
As you see, a shot Molly Brown takes 10 out of 10 times. Maybe her confidence has been lowered here because she doesn't take the wide open three right behind that screen set up just for her to take the shot. Decides to pass and it leads to a turnover.
Buckingham, Schneider in the corner.
I'd really like to see Buckingham taking some shots here.
And she does, but an air ball for her.
Union City, they're going to play this slow, take as much time as you want on offense if you're Union City. Absolutely no rush.
They're up 14. Cueto analyzes her surroundings. Dumps it off to Orifice. Orifice goes right on Schneider.
And it's looking like this lead is going to not. If Union City keeps taking possessions like this, there just won't be enough possessions for Secaucus to even get back in this one.
Already burnt off 2 minutes in this fourth quarter. Neither team has yet to score.
Expect Secaucus to get a little bit more aggressive on defense as time goes by.
Union City, no rush. Molly Brown had a wide open three in the corner. She passed it up. Orifice goes left. She puts up the first shot in this long possession. It is no good. Patriots get the ball.
2-minute possession there by the Eagles. That's as you could tell, so well coached. Molly Brown wide open, but they know that's not what they need.
Just not what you can afford to do if you are the Patriots.
Absolutely. Expect another minute or so to be burned off the clock here.
No need for that pass, and that's been biting them all night long.
You seem to really be into those high arcing passes across the court. Not a recipe for a low turnover rate.
Guerra gets past Cruz, puts up the shot at the elbow. It's good. Rolls around the rim, finds the bottom of the net. Cruz tries to split the defense. Cueto gets her hands on it, but Cruz somehow maintains possession, and she travels at the end of that. A 16-point game.
Timeout. Timeout Union City. It's a 30-second timeout.
Union City takes a quick timeout. Secaucus has yet to score. They've been struggling mightily. Haven't even gotten many open looks, to be frank. If this keeps going on, the game is just going to end in a hurry.
Yeah, you just see like Secaucus so drained. It just feels like they were never in this one out of when every time they said it over and over again. Every time they've came back in this one, it feels like they're in the game. Guerra, Orifice, the star power is just too much for them to handle in this one.
Absolutely. Ever since that little bit of a run led by Buckingham to get it within 6, it's never even got close to that. Union City, led by Guerra, has just got away with this.
About 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Teams leave their huddles. Ready to play some basketball.
And something to see here, Union City just looks like the better coached team. They've made way less mistakes, way less turnovers. They just are playing cleaner basketball than Secaucus is at this point, and that's a main reason why they're up.
Molly Brown decides to take this three-pointer short. Again, just been struggling so much today. Buckingham gets absolutely denied at the rim by the point guard. Alyssa Cueto, she's everywhere. Cruz goes left, gets fouled on her way up to the basket. Mia Cruz provides the first basket for the Patriots in this fourth quarter, making it a 15-point game.
Yep, and almost halfway through the fourth quarter, it's just too little, too late.
Missed the second one. Alyssa Cueto put off to Guerra. Madrid again, open at the rim. Gets fouled.
That's her fourth. 4 on Diadera.
Ava Diadera has 4 fouls, the freshman does. Madrid at the line once again. First shot at the stripe is good.
Madrid has 1 more.
Second free throw also swishes through the net. Cregwell spins and airballs. Secaucus keeps the ball.
And this lead has just blew up. A 17-point lead here for the Eagles. This one is all but about over.
Cruz. Going left. Tries to put up what would have been an extremely tough finish. Instead, she will try her luck at the free throw line. Clock is not running yet, so there are about 3.5 minutes to go in this game. Cruz makes the first shot. Cruz second shot at the line. Also good.
2 free throws for Cruz.
15-point game, 3.5 minutes to go in this contest. On the fast break, Madrid lost possession of the pass, leads to a turnover. Mia Cruz trying to make something happen for these Patriots. A foul on Alyssa Cregwell.
A little bit of a frustrated foul. You see her emotions are getting the best of her. Just showing here.
Yeah, she has to keep her hands up there, get those feet set. Would have led to an Eagles turnover. Cueto holds on to the fast pass from Orifice. Cueto going right. Easily gets past Cregwell. Orifice is open in the corner. She passes up the shot as the Eagles look to just drain this clock all the way down. She puts up the layup instead. Way too easy.
And
Jalen Orphis.
it's just looking like Secaucus is giving up. Craig Wall walking around the court. It's just, they know this one is within too much to get back in.
Yep, even if they do lose this, though, that won't be the end of Secaucus' season. They'll be playing a couple days against Parsippany in the New Jersey State Tournament.
And Diodata finally gets involved from behind the three-point line. She hits a three-pointer. Cruz gets fouled. Got pushed by the point guard, Cueto. Union City fans are not a fan of that call. Cruz throws a high arcing pass to Diodata. Secaucus almost turns the ball over there. Buckingham puts up a three, no good. See if Secaucus can get a quick basket, at least make this a little bit interesting. So far, seems to be a little too late, but David Diodata, no luck from behind the arc. 14-point game, about a minute and 40 seconds to go.
The game that looked like it was going to be a thriller, the star power for Union City just was too much for the Patriots to handle.
Alyssa Cueto shows off her maturity on the offensive side of the ball, slows it down on the entry pass, uses her body to invite the contact in, draws a foul. She will be shooting 2 free throws. That one draws the tally up to 51 for the Lady Eagles. .52 now.
Yeah, much more offensively successful than the last time these two teams met in the tournament last year. They only scored 42.
There's the first charge of the game.
And by who else? Alyssa Cueto, what she's known best for, gets her feet set and gets the turnover.
Timeout Union City. They take a full timeout. Probably looking to let them take a breather. Might bring the bench in. 16-point game with about a minute and a half to go. Also a time to congratulate his players, I guess, for Coach Cueto.
Absolutely.
They did an exceptional job. Everything that we've advertised, from Jada Guerrero's ability to score the ball, Jalen Orphis, her ability to be an anchor on both sides of the floor, Ariana Madrid, she's averaging 6 and about a steal per game. She's doing it on both sides. Also finding shots at the basket. And Alyssa Cueto getting her teammates involved, doing it on the defensive side of the ball as well, making every smart play. It's been everything as advertised for the Eagles.
I think when you get into these big games, just being here over and over and over, you just get more comfortable. They just look so composed and so normalized to be in these big games.
Thank you so much.
That's the code for people to purchase tickets for Saturday. Can you get that out?
Cueto. Secaucus is trying to get the ball there. They do not. Timeout Union City. 30-second timeout. So a minute and 20 seconds to go. Again, Secaucus, we said they've been just as advertised.
Yep,
Union City, just as advertised. Secaucus, on the other hand, has not. Gregwell has struggled. Mia Cruz has been just smothered on the defensive side of the ball. They are forcing the basketball to be in the hands of the freshmen. Buckingham showed up, especially in that third quarter, but kind of no one else has.
Yeah, no, and especially to talk about what you said with Union City, just a beautiful game to watch on their end. And one thing that I really like that I don't think we've talked about too much is their pace of play. They have done a phenomenal job of creating shots all night, especially for Jada at the three-point line and from mid-range.
Also, they've gotten just crazy good looks for Molly Brown all game. She just hasn't knocked them down. If she just did half of what we expect from her, this would probably be a 20-point game. Schneider forces the turnover. Mia Cruz looks to get an easy layup, goes up with the left hand, then she gets it. 14-point game, less than a minute to go. Clock is winding down. And Union City seems like they're gonna advance. They will either face Bayonne or Hudson Catholic, so we will get them next. Stay tuned for that game. Also stay tuned for some post-game interviews on both sides. That will be coming shortly after this one comes to a close. Coach Cueto emphasizing his team to not foul or allow any three-pointers. Bregwell makes their job easy, just throws the ball out of bounds.
And that might be it. Union City might just dribble this ball to the buzzer on this one.
Secaucus is forcing them to move around a little bit. Cueto just heaves it up. Schneider forces a turnover. Secaucus, great job by just not quitting. Still Heintat's effort. What a shot. Shot will not count. But still, Mia Cruz try to go up with the left hand. Foul was on the floor, though, before shot went up. So Secaucus will just inbound it. 18 seconds to go. Cruz takes it from the corner, way off. Mia Cruz is still trying to make something happen. Looks at the clock and just stood standing. The Union City Lady Eagles get their revenge on this Patriots team. After losing last year's matchup in the semifinal, they come out on top by a score of 52-38, and they will advance to the Hudson County Tournament Finals. What a performance by the Eagles.
No matter who they play, Hudson Catholic or Bayonne, both of those teams have to be on the lookout for this star-studded team. They were just outside of Molly Brown. They were perfect today, executed on both ends of the floor, and that's why they came out victorious.
Yeah, certainly. I honestly expected a much better performance on both sides of the ball from Secaucus. We've talked about how Alyssa Craigwell wasn't there. Adetta also not her best performance, especially from range. The shooting was not there, and that's why they lost.
Indeed. Like you said, Union City just basically played a perfect game. Sure, they may have struggled from three, at least one of their sharp shooters did. But they're so well coached. And last time we saw them in the championship round, it was also against the Bayonne Bees team. They are the favorite in the next matchup. They struggled in that game. What do you expect to see from this Union City team in the championship round?
I expect for them to try to extend what they were doing on the court today. They need to get their superstars involved. Sometimes in the games where they struggle is where Guerra again struggles, Orphis can't get involved. So in this championship game, they need to get involved early, no matter who they play.
And quickly, before we go, let's preview the Bayonne and Hudson Catholic game. So you viewers that are watching this, stay tuned for that, because Hudson Catholic comes in as the 4 seed. They are a very, very, very big team. They know how to rebound, but Bayonne also matches up with their size. They also have great guard play. What do you expect in this next matchup?
Yeah, I expect Bayonne to play the basketball they're used to. They have players up to the height of 6'3", and they are going to use that to their advantage. We saw last year in the championship against Secaucus so many second chance points off rebounds, and I think that's going to happen again today.
Yeah, superstar Mackenzie Neal, actually the sister of Giants left tackle, or right tackle, Evan Neal. She will be taking the floor, going up against Hudson Catholic's finest in their girls basketball team. It will be a matchup to watch for. We will send it up to the crew. Thanks for watching this first version, the first game of this doubleheader. It was a pleasure from Manny, Mark, Caden. We will be back soon. Stay tuned. Take it away, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that was exactly what we expected to see.
It's not what I wanted to see.
I totally understand that. The Eagles with an absolute dominant victory here.
Yes.
It's just stating that, hey, Bayonne, we're not messing around. Listen, we see that you're on the other side of that bracket. We're going to meet you in the final, and that's exactly what happened today. Union City, Mayor Stack will be proud of us right now. A dominant victory, 52-38. I mean, it's just...
You're welcome, Mayor. You're welcome.
Indeed. No, we like to make our mayor proud. Mayor Stack is he's a great guy. And then, over here in the third quarter, I mean, you look at the scoring, 15 points from the Patriots, 21 points from the Eagles. And then in the fourth quarter, everything started to mellow down because it did not look like the Patriots had it tonight. It was an 8-8. They tied towards the fourth quarter. They both scored 8 points. But all in all, a great game from the Eagles. What you got for me?
Once you saw the Patriots come and walk out and start to run their offense, you could see that they were, a little shaky. And you would think, nothing of it. It's something that the Patriots could easily clean up in a huddle during a timeout or even during halftime where they could have brought this game back. But we continue to see these sloppy plays from the Patriots, cross-court passes, skip passes that weren't meeting the targets and were getting intercepted, and now we were getting transition takes and scoring off of those. So, I mean, we can see why the Patriots lost. Honestly, I think it should have been a closer game. I think this game had every chance to go to OT, but, it's what happens, It's what happens. That's all I can say. Patriots gave it their all. They tried, but the Eagles came out on top this time.
I completely agree. Not Bayonne. Accident. I'm ready for the next game.
We're ready.
We're ready.
I can probably say we are ready for the next one.
The Patriots, man, they made the proper adjustments. Unfortunately, the ball just did not fall their way this time.
It did not.
They did well. The coaching was good. They made the right plays and everything. It's just, some nights the ball doesn't fall the way you think it does. And unfortunately, that was tonight for the Patriots.
That's usually what happens when a team has a 20-point quarter. You don't see that very often I don't recall seeing it in high school games. But,
especially with 8-minute quarters?
Yeah,
Come on.
the Eagles went off in the third quarter. They scored 21, and the Patriots have 15, which I totally understand.
15 is respectable.
15 ain't a bad number. That's actually a pretty
15
good
and a
number.
quarter is respectable.
But at the same time, they just did not have the firepower to match just everything that the Eagles were throwing at them. And this is straight up just the Eagles saying, hey, we remember what happened last year. We got a chip on our shoulder, and they did exactly what those coaches wanted them to do. And now they look off into the other side, and you see the Bayonne Bees, the dominant champions, which we'll get to a game preview later for our pre-show. And then you look at Hudson Catholic Hawks. Can they meet their counterparts? Who knows? But sticking here with the Patriots, you mentioned a little bit of how's going down, with the underclassmen and the younger kids and the older kids. How can you see them working towards in the future?
Honestly, the team doesn't have very many seniors. They do have a couple. So a lot of these players are going to be on the same team next year, hopefully. I think that this is a learning experience, just the play calling is great, coaching is great, so I'm sure next year the team will be either in the same place or better. There may even be a more development on players that we saw tonight.
Right.
Like I said, a lot of the team are underclassmen, so to see those players develop will be something great to see.
Like moments like these, it's just even at a young part in your career, it could be so important to the development of a player because it shows them that, hey, this is the lowest of lows. This is a loss. So, hopefully I really want to see these girls back next year because they gave us a tremendous performance. Real quick, how does Union City look faring next week? On Saturday.
Union City, if they play the same way they did, Union City has a great chance of taking this home. So hopefully Jada can do her job. Hopefully Alyssa can, support her in taking this team to the win. I think they have a great shot.
Alrighty. Here we are. It's been a tremendous telecast here, broadcast here, and we were able to bring to you guys a fantastic game here at High Tech High School. This has been Jose, Kanan, Caden, Jade, Natalie, and this has been a High Tech High School sports production. See you for the next game.
Hello, and I'm here with Coach Cueto, the head coach of the Union City Eagles. Coach, today, it feels like it was just a perfect script. Everybody got involved early, but especially Jada Guerra on the offensive side of the ball. How big was it for you to just see her knock down all those big shots, which led to a big run and a big lead that you guys never let go of?
Well, we go as Jada and Jalen go. And, Jada seeing the ball go through the net early, she really, it changes her game. And her energy level, if the ball goes through the net, she always has great energy, but she takes it up a notch when that ball goes through the net. And when one goes in, it's going to come a couple more.
How do you, knowing that you guys are always in big games, back-to-back state champs, how do you prepare for a big game like this on Saturday, not knowing your opponent yet, but how do you prepare going into this?
Well, we prepare just like we prepare and with any other game. We get a scouting report. We have scouting reports on both these teams. We played them twice. So whoever comes out here, we'll go in tomorrow. We have practice tomorrow. Short, 1 hour, hour and a half, we'll go over their sets. We'll go over what we want to do, the keys to the game, just like every other game. Whoever we play out of these two, we know each other like the back of our hands.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations and good luck in the next round.
Jada!
Guerra's coming on. Jada, congratulations on the performance today. You were huge today on both sides of the ball, especially from behind the arc. What spiked your confidence and what just led to you? We saw you smiling after every possession. You were having the time of your life. What does that for you, and why do you think you were so hot today from behind the arc?
Being here last year and feeling that pain that we felt last year, the unfortunate loss, that fired us since this morning, since last week even. We woke up and we knew that today was the day and we were going to come in here, we were going to get fired up, and we were going to win this game.
So we know that you didn't play early in this year. You were suffering from an injury. How do you prepare and get your team fired up for this big game that you guys have coming up?
Well, we played them once early in the season. It wasn't what we wanted, but we got them back when we were at home, and we already know what we have to do. Not going to share too much on the game plan because I don't know who's watching this, but just know we're coming and we're ready, always.
So looking forward, if you guys do end up facing Bayonne, obviously a much bigger and more physical team, how does the game plan change for something like that?
Well, we got to knock down shots. We got to know what we got to do. We got to play harder. We got to box out, and we got the game plan. We know what we know what we're doing.
Thank you so much, Jada. Great job today, and good luck. And that should do it for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. The Union City Eagles took down the Secaucus Patriots, and now we will be showing you the matchup between the #1 seed Bayonne Bees and the #4 seed Hudson Catholic Hawks. Stay tuned.